Mike, I know you work as a consultant for Affinity, a trade union advising and representing people who have problems at work. But what exactly is a trade union?
Well, the origins of trade unions date back over 200 years, and they're simply groups of people who come together to protect their interests at work.
You say their origins lie in the past, so are they really needed nowadays?
Oh yes, the need hasn't really changed. When we go to work, we have some legal protections and rights. They don't mean much unless we have the expertise and confidence to use them.
I can see that, but if we have a problem, can't we just consult a lawyer to deal with our case?
Yes, you could, but solicitors are in business to make profit, and we charge you something like £200 an hour. And even fairly simple cases can involve a lot of work and require hours of preparation, which most people just can't afford. And even if you could afford it, most solicitors would still not have the experience you need to resolve what are HR rather than legal problems.
So aren't trade unions just different companies that provide services in order to make a profit too?
No, they're not. They have a special protected legal status. They don't pay tax on their income. You could compare them to charities. They certainly aren't run to make profits, only to help their members.
All right, but how many people actually have problems at work that they can't just sort out themselves?
The short answer is most people at one time or another. Larger employers have specialist HR advisors, but unless they're members of effective trade unions, employees have to look after themselves.
So what you're saying is that it's an unequal fight?
Yes, that's about it. Employers tend to have more power, expertise and funds than the people they employ, and they can afford to pay for lawyers to deal with any legal problems that they come up against. Employees are faced with complex laws they don't understand, and usually don't have the money to pay for lawyers, who anyway may not be able to deal with the sorts of problems that can occur at work.
So really, Affinity membership is like an insurance policy for your job?
Yes, that's a good way of looking at it.
I know we're going to move on to talk about the kind of problems that you deal with, but I'd just like to get some idea of how many people actually contact you for help.
Last year, we took just over 39,000 calls. Some problems just needed simple advice on the telephone. Some problems needed more complicated advice or face-to-face meetings, and in others, we actually had to deal with the employers to resolve issues. Over 2,000 cases have involved formal disciplinary or grievance hearings where we represented our members.
One last question then. If I have a problem, what should I do?
If you were a member of Affinity, you should contact us by telephone or email, and we would provide immediate advice or help. We're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But of course, we'll only advise people who are already members.
Thank you, Mike.